So, in keeping with my practice of making pro-con lists for things, I made a pro-con list about testosterone. I actually made a cartoon because I'm kind of writing a graphic novel right now about gender, and part of it I made a cartoon about tea, and if I would show it to you, YouTube, but can't because stuff like that just doesn't show up. I don't know why. It's not online or anything, so I'm going to vocalize it. So on the pro side, I guess my pros are, kind of typical, like deeper voice, more muscles, facial hair, particularly sideburns, like more masculine face, ability to pass. I mean, obvious things that I think that everybody wants. No periods. And the cons, I guess, are more unique to me, but probably not that unique. I don't want, number one, and this is pretty big, is that I'm nervous about health risks and nervous about it being irreversible, because I'm 19. I mean, I don't really fit, into like a traditional definition of transgenderism, because I'm a pretty feminine guy, and this is something that I feel like it's not a I need to take tea or I'll die. It's a I think that taking tea would make me happier, but I don't know that, and I'm okay with my some parts of me, and like my idealized self is not is pretty androgynous. So I one of the other things, it has to do with like body hair. As I said, like my ideal self is pretty androgynous, and I don't want to be really, really hairy. I kind of like that I have soft skin and things like that. Um, Soft, mostly hairless skin, and I don't want like a hairy back and hairy butt and things like that because, when I think about what an attractive guy looks like, and I don't like men, but I don't imagine really hairy. I don't think people in general are attractive being really hairy. I'm sure other people do, but I don't want to be really hairy. And I know there's hair removal and all sorts of stuff like that, but I'm lazy and they hurt. Like I can't imagine waxing my chest or anything. And that's also kind of I don't want to get top surgery. Or at least I don't plan on getting top surgery right now. I mean, I could see myself doing it in the future, but not right now. And I don't want to have a really hairy chest and still have breasts. Like, it's just an aesthetic thing. Um, it's. Because right now I feel like I don't need top surgery because binders work really well, and I don't really care what I look like naked because no one else sees it but me. And so, I mean, it's getting awkward. But yeah, so and then other cons are that I'm worried that if I take tea, it's sort of um, a step out of my comfort zone, out of not my other people's comfort zones, and that it'll be really hard to explain to and tell people because right now I feel like my business is my business and I can control, you know, how out I am about being trans. But if I take tea, everybody will know because everybody at my school knows that I was female my freshman year, and they will see that my junior senior year male, so it'll be really obvious. And I just like taking tea is just like I'd have to tell my grandparents because I can't just hide that. and I just don't know how they'd react, and I think it'd be really hard for my family, and that really stresses me out, and I think it'd be really hard for my girlfriend, and I think it'd be really hard for me. So those are kind of things that I'm tossing around, and then also, so there's the social aspect, and then the aesthetic aspect, where I'm really worried that I would just, not be attractive, um, and the aspect of just not wanting to do something irreversible that might damage my health or the way I view myself in 10 years. So I guess I'm kind of rambling, but that's kind of how it is in my mind. Is, I know the pros, and those I can state very confidently and everything, but the cons are just a jumbled up mess of, I don't even, they sort of mix into be, I don't know if I could be male uh, convincingly. And being female bodied, I feel like there's the culture at large accepts female androgyny, and they don't really accept male androgyny. So when I don't pass, I'm a dyke. But if I didn't pass with T, I would be a fag, and people get. I feel like abuse is way worse for crossing a certain line, because right now I'm just, to everybody else, I'm just a masculine woman, and, they're gonna be mean to me or stare at me or whatever, but until you cross that line, I think I don't know, I just recently saw Boys Don't Cry, and that also scared me shitless, and I was just like, I mean, I'd seen it before, but I don't know. So, jumbled mess. So I'm doing the real life test. Not, I mean, whatever, I'm not passing, so not really, but kind of giving it a year and trying to decide what I want to do. But if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it soon. I'm just like so curious, and I know that the more thinking I do, like, it's never gonna resolve it, because it's just like I won't know if the cons will materialize if I don't try it. Like, I'm not gonna know if I get really hairy unless I try it and see I'm getting really hairy. So, I mean, right now, the best option for me, I think, is partial transition. Like, that's just something that I've heard about, that I'm really interested in. I've talked to my therapist about, and, she'll write my, like, she's not gonna, like, not, like, accept it if I'm not, like, falling into the typical stereotypical categories. So that's good, because I want someone who understands that, I'm kind of genderqueer and trans. But anyway, like, partial transition, taking T for like a year and then stopping is something I'm really interested in. I don't know about the health effects of that very much, but I want the low voice, all those effects, and knowing that I could stop if I wanted to, knowing I could stop before I would get a lot of body hair, or taking, like, a really slow acting form, like, I really want to go on androgel, just, like, because it kind of, like, reflects how I feel inside, like male, but a low testosterone male, or something like that. I don't know, I'm kind of rambling, but anyway, I was just kind of wondering about addressing my cons, and then also if anybody knows about partial transition, or if it's, like, bad for your health to stop tea after a while, just if anyone's done that, or if anyone feels the way I feel, just, I won't talk about it.